All right, everybody, I am doing another video continuing my series of everything that I would want young adults and what I think they should know about personal finance. And again, I know I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, so bear with me. Obviously, the reason I was gone is because busy season took over and everything just went crazy and I just didn't have enough time to dedicate to YouTube videos. But now I'm back, busy season is over. So without further ado, I want to do another video. And this time it is about just an overview of the 8 types of insurance that I think everyone needs to have, and we're going to go through them. Before I do that, if you're getting value out of my videos and out of my content, there are just 3 simple things that I want you to do. I should say 4. The 4th one is hit the bell so you get alerted when I release new content. But the other 3, like the video. It's easy to do, doesn't cost you anything, helps me out. Share my channel, share it with your friends, and subscribe. I mean, here's the thing. These videos are here as a library, and I'm going to build it over time. Now that busy season's through, I have more time to dedicate to it, and that's my goal. Is I want everyone to learn from it. And so I'm going to talk, and I'm not going to go into detail today on these because I'm going to save that for other lessons, because auto insurance I think should be its own lesson onto itself. But these are important lessons and things to look for, you know, kind of doing an overview of insurance and what I think you need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay out what I think you need, and I'll give you a brief explanation why, but I'm not going to go into the details. We'll save that for later. So let's start. First one is life insurance. Life insurance, the way it works is when you die, your beneficiary will get paid out. Now, this could be your wife, it could be your brother, sister, it could be whomever you specify as the beneficiary. The point of life insurance is this. If you die, your income dies with it, right? Generally, like most people, they're working jobs, and if they die, what will the rest of the family do? And especially if you have a wife, husband, kids, you have all of that, you really need to get life insurance. You owe it to them to do that. And if you get term insurance, it's pretty cheap. You know, some people may want whole life. I'm not going to get into that discussion right now. I'll save that for later. But having some form of life insurance can bring you peace of mind. Because most people, they don't think something's going to happen until it's too late. And the problem is with this, you want to get that while you're healthy. Because if you start having medical issues, they may not offer you a policy. So my recommendation is get it while you're healthy. Do whatever medical tests you need. You'll get the best rate. Lock that in and get life insurance. Now, as to how much you're going to get, you know, I think Dave Ramsey says like 8 to 10 times your salary. I might say a little bit more, but I would say you need to run through what expenses that you think you would need to cover and then go from there. Because the ultimate scenario would be is if you die, your spouse gets paid out, and that money could be used to allow them to continue their current lifestyle, basically replace your income. So that's number 1. Get that insurance. Number 2, health insurance. Do not be one of these that I'm going to go save pennies and not get health insurance. That's playing a dangerous game. We know how much medical bills are. We know medical debt is a big deal now. And whatever kind of insurance you can get, I would recommend it. Having some form of health insurance is huge. You don't need all of the add-ons, the cancer insurance, all of that. You just need to get health insurance and make sure that it provides the coverage that you need it to provide. So, and you can get a high deductible. That's perfectly fine. Use an HSA to pay for it. So I would definitely put health insurance on the top of the list. Another one most people don't think about is long-term disability. That's number 3. You absolutely should have long-term disability. A lot of people will get that benefit through their employer. You might want to check and make sure that you have it. If you don't, you can always apply for a plan online. It's a little bit more expensive than life insurance, But here's the deal. You're a lot more likely to get disabled. What happens if you get cancer and you can't work? What happens if you break your leg and you can't do your job anymore? Maybe you have a more strenuous job. Maybe you can't do it. You lost your income now and you're disabled. Disability insurance helps with that. So just be aware of that and be sure that if you're going to get it, I strongly recommend getting long-term disability. Hopefully with short-term disability, you have enough in your savings to cover that. But yes, definitely long-term disability. Next one is auto insurance. That goes without saying. Most states it's mandated that you have auto insurance, but you want to get good coverage. You want to make sure that it covers, whatever limits you need and you feel comfortable with. If you're in an accident, you want to be covered there. So do not go without auto insurance. Renters, homeowners insurance. If you rent, if you are a homeowner, definitely get insurance, because if you have to rebuild a house, you lose it in a fire, hurricane, tornado, whatever it is, there's disasters all the time. You want to make sure that you get money back to rebuild your house. Do not go without that too. I think that's an essential insurance coverage. ID theft now. You hear it all the time. I would definitely recommend looking at some ID theft protection services, like whatever you need. Like I know Sander Insurance has it. But there's other products too. You want to find one that provides you coverage that that they have people that will work with you to rebuild your identity should it be stolen. Do all that stuff. Like I highly recommend getting this. Also long-term care. If you can afford it, it is a little bit pricier. And a lot of companies have removed or stopped offering long-term care. That's mainly if you cannot self-insure. So most people, if you save up $1 million, and what happens if you have to go to a nursing home? Nursing homes can be $8 to $10, $12, $15,000 a month, depending on what care you need and where you stay. That's a lot of money. That can burn through $1 million very fast. So it may definitely be worth it if you feel like you need it to get long-term care insurance. Now maybe you wait till you're a little bit older. Obviously the premiums will be a little bit more, but it is definitely something to keep in mind. Make sure that if you think you're going to need it, go ahead and get it. And then the last thing, umbrella insurance. Now umbrella insurance is extra liability coverage. And so what this does is, let me lay it out here, is you have your homeowner's policy. So I'm trying to draw a house, and oh my gosh, here I am going to try to draw a car. That is the crappiest car I've ever seen. So you have these policies: your home, and your auto. The umbrella, and a crappy umbrella. I will not win points for artwork, I'll tell you that. The umbrella goes over those policies, and what it does is it adds extra liability protection to those policies. What would this be great for? When you start building a fortune, like when you start saving and doing all that, you're a target of lawsuits. You will become a target. People will want your money. So they can injure themselves, they can do whatever they can do things, and then all of a sudden, you're going to be like, well, how do I protect myself? Get umbrella insurance. Get umbrella insurance so that you have that extra protection. And here's another thing. When you do that, the insurance company will use their attorneys to help fight for your behalf. And the insurance company doesn't want to pay. So that's an extra bonus. So I recommend, when you start building up net worth, get an umbrella policy. I definitely would recommend it because it will help bring you additional peace of mind. So again, these are the 8 types of insurance that I think at the bare minimum that you need to have in your plan. And again, these are designed to transfer risk from yourself to the insurance company, because at the end of the day, some of these risks could be devastating to you. So you want to protect yourself. So make sure that you are getting adequate coverage, and make sure that you have all 8 of these, or at least most of those 8. Maybe you don't have long-term care or the umbrella policy yet, but make sure you have a lot of these in place already. Hopefully you got a lot of value out of this. If you have any questions, you can find me on Instagram at mdeep, it's MDEEPE CPA, or on Twitter, mdeep_CPA, spelled the same way, just with an underscore. And then obviously you can leave me comments on YouTube. You have a fantastic day.